Will Pi network cryptocurrency save the world? I don't know. And a lot of people probably didn't know this. So I want you to tune in and just understand the power and the potential that the Pi crypto has. Even though it's not currently mainstream traded, the problem that it helps to solve can make it highly valuable. What up? You got Mr. Smith, point 5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And in this brief video, I want to talk to you about Pi possibly saving the world. Now, you'll see what I'm talking about when I say what it is that I'm about to say. And if you have not got access to the Pi crypto just yet, go ahead and click the available link so you can get a free piece of the pie on me. In fact, this is another slice of daily pie for you. I'm gonna start saying that. I'm gonna start saying when I come with a pie video, a pie crypto video, hey, here's Mr. Smith back with another daily slice of pie for everybody who's out there who's interested in the pie crypto space. But I'm gonna read this article that came across my desk from Deepcrypt.com crypto platform, and basically it talks about how crypto is contributing to carbon emission that's going out into the globe. And if you're familiar with carbon emissions, they've been trying to minimize that, for some time now. But what happened is crypto also contributes to that. Well, some crypto, and I'll let you know which ones do, how it's increasing, and how Pi can save the day. Sipping a little bit of blueberry ginger, some cold press, kind of like a kombucha. Anyway, that being said, crypto's carbon emissions problem and the projects trying to solve it. As Bitcoin and Ethereum energy usage continues to soar, a host of new companies are racing to provide energy efficient alternatives. Now, I won't read the whole article. I'm going to just read majority up to a certain point. In brief, Ethereum and Bitcoin energy needs have surged in the last 6 months. Critics are calling for more energy efficient ways of keeping networks secure. A variety of projects are working on new solutions. While blockchain technology and the crypto markets have drawn a mix of praise and pessimism for its ability to generate wealth seemingly from nowhere, the industry has drawn critics of the different creed, climate change advocates. Bitcoin's energy consumption has been steadily trickling up in line with the boom of the asset's underlying price. According to the estimates by the University of Cambridge, the Bitcoin network consumes somewhere in the region of 130 terawatt hours per year, or around the same amount of energy as Argentina uses. So just the Bitcoin space itself generates about the same amount of energy as the whole country. And it's only getting bigger, so, that's that. Bitcoin's consumption has doubled in the last 6 months as more miners compete for rewards set by the network. But more recently, the explosion of the buying and selling of NFTs have brought other networks under the carbon emission spotlight. So with NFTs, it's centered around, most people use Ethereum to get into the NFTs, but it's digital forms of art or just digital forms of creations, and people are able to purchase and for one, prove ownership if you created it, but at the same time have something that not everybody has access to that can appreciate in value. Whole other conversation, but NFTs have gained traction, and rightfully so. It's gained traction, and since it's gained traction, it has contributed to the carbon emission. According to Digi economist Ethereum, the blockchain used by the majority of NFTs consumes almost 30 terawatts per year. That puts the network's consumption on par with a country like Bahrain. Ethereum's energy consumption has, like Bitcoin, been surging recently. Ethereum's energy consumption has, like Bitcoin, been surging recently. Basically, in a nutshell, is going up. Crypto as a whole is going up. From averages of around 8 terawatts in August 2020 to the world's second largest cryptocurrency sits at around 30 terawatts today, representing an increase of 275% in under a year, according to Digi economists. The environmental backlash has caused some projects to rethink Ethereum and NFTs more broadly as a platform to roll out new products. Let's proceed a little bit longer. However, the increased scrutiny has created a mini boom for projects and technologies that can help offset or even reduce crypto's carbon footprint. How can Pi contribute to that? Glad you asked. From proof of work to proof of stake. One of the underlying reasons why some cryptocurrencies are so energy intensive is the methods they use to validate transactions. Proof of work is a consensus protocol that relies a huge amount of computing power to try and solve a puzzling problem that is used to ensure all of the transactions in the blockchain are current. And that's a whole other article about proof of work. Miners are competing for block rewards, an amount of cryptocurrency the network allocates to the miner that solved the puzzle first. This is a lucrative business. In January alone, Bitcoin miners earned $1.1 billion, taking Bitcoin mining revenue since the network's inception to more than $20 billion. So it's a big industry as it relates to mining, but it also creates a level of carbon emission. However, there's hope. However, all the computing power expended by miners who did not solve the block and claim the reward is effectively wasted. So some people didn't solve the block, but the energy that they put out in order to attempt it is kind of wasted in a sense. At present, both Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two biggest energy users in the space, use proof of work. While Bitcoin developers have been sluggish in their efforts to address energy concerns, Ethereum has been slowly moving towards a different, more energy efficient consensus protocol, proof of stake. And I'm not going to click on that. I thought about it. Instead of miners competing for the block rewards, a voting system based on how much of the underlying currency a miner or validator holds will be used to decide which miner gets to validate the block. Ethereum's efforts to transition between protocols is currently underway, but is still several years away from completion. That has led to a slew of new networks offering more energy efficient ways of keeping the lights on. Let's keep going. It's going to get good. New lower energy networks. Over the last 2 years, a number of projects have embraced the proof of stake consensus protocol. The largest currently are Cardano, Polkadot, and Avalanche. According to Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson, his network consumes only 6 GW of power, a tiny fraction of what Bitcoin uses. Other large networks have gone further. Near Protocol and Algorand both claim to have carbon-neutral blockchains and boast an army of green credentials. Some have taken a different approach by creating ultra-low blockchain networks that can be maintained via mobile phones. Pi Network, a new cryptocurrency project launched by a group of Stanford graduates earlier this year, is designed to rely on a different approach to securing a network. The Pi Network is comprised of what its team refers to as security circles. These are groups of consisting of different users that have been vouched for by their peers once a user has been deemed trustworthy by other members of a group. These users are permitted to validate future transactions on Pi's blockchain. Key reason why I'm saying if you can grab the Pi now, because it's ahead of its time, and it helps with the security circle, hence assisting with the mining process, which is a profitable business. As we stated, over $1 billion was generated, just a year or so ago alone. So tapping into it from this angle can really position you if you truly understand the power in it. All right, let's proceed. Once a user has been deemed trustworthy by other members of a group, these users are permitted to validate future transactions on the blockchain. Additionally, Pi members can mine new tokens directly from their smartphones, a relatively low-cost process that requires minimal battery power. Since the project launch, it's attracted more than 500,000 users. And I'll stop there. But what you got to understand is this. It's now over 15 million. So that was some time ago when they thought that Pi was just at over 500,000. It's over 15 million now, and it's still in its infancy due to the fact that it hasn't hit the main net just yet, which is set to be done this year. So if you haven't already, grab your free Pi Take advantage of it, mining on a daily basis, because it allows your money to be counting up, or your potential money, crypto, as it relates to Pi. Once it goes to mainnet and it's actually worth something, it allows you to get in position on the front end, and it can turn into some great potential once people start to adopt it. But you'll be considered to be an early adopter before it hits mainstream, and people with big networks get to shouting it out and saying, hey, how revolutionary it is, things of that nature, and the other things that they have coming down the pipeline as well. So definitely click that available link below. Use the invite code mobile crypto, MOBILE crypto, all one word, basically to make sure that you're locked in and connected to me. Hopefully you got some value out of this, but Pi has the potential to save the world due to the fact that it is minimal on the carbon emission. Now, save the world may be a stretch, but you know what I mean. Basically, minimize some of the things that are pollutant to the world, but also being effective in growing the space of blockchains as well as crypto, which are set to do great things as they've already done. So I'll keep this video at that. And if you want to read the full article, obviously you can go to that website right there and take advantage. But for now, that's all I got. This was your daily slice of pie by Mr. Smith. See you soon. Salute.